We looking for somebody. Can you put your hands on your head? I just want to check you.
I don't got nothing.
Turn around for me.
I don't got nothing. You can't do this.
Come here, man.
You can't do this.
Stop, I'm gonna teach you. 305 Bush Pond Ford, McDonald Road. I'm gonna tase you. You're about to get tased, bro. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Get on the ground. Turn around.
As I hit the door, I hear the lady say, "Oh!" And she hit the ground. She hit the ground like she on her butt. You know what I mean? I hit the door smacked her, but I'm gone. I'm talking about, man, I'm racing. I'm gone. I'm out of there. I run straight out the door, run to the sidewalk of the Pantherville Clifton Springs, run straight across the street. As I'm running across the street, you know, I'm running through traffic because it's heavy traffic right there. I run straight through traffic. I'm running across the street over to where Matt them went to pick up the Asian girl. As I'm running, I can hear the police sirens. They coming, but I can hear them far. And I'm running fast as I can because I know that if they get close enough and they see, if they done gave them the description, I got on the red shirt, red and white shoes. If they, you know, just get any kind of peek at me, boom, gig is up right there.
Road to vacuum seal the pack up. So what that mean? I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road to success. 32 3rd Avenue. Real mafia. All my niggas doing things, ain't no stopping us. You never heard of what I do. All these niggas out here playing, I don't need a crew. I can do this shit solo dolo all day. Walk around in the trap, we keep a AK. 30 round on my clip, nigga, I bet I spray. All this shit these niggas talking about, stay free. These niggas lying on the song, we don't worry about that. All this shit these niggas doing here get wet. Boy, you really wet, boy, we got them big packs. Feeling like trouble in future, but we got them racks. Hey, vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road to success. Vacuum seal the pack up. We ain't smelling shit. I'm on the road.
When you're doing a life of crime, one of the most important rules of the game is to not get caught. This means by any means necessary. This means no matter what, not getting caught is more important than completing the mission. You know, whatever you came to get or whatever you came to do, not getting caught is more important to act than actually completing that. So in my book, when it came to crime, don't get caught was the number one rule, period. That's when before I leave out the door, the plan is to come back home. Don't get caught. So this is the time. So I'm gonna tell you guys about a couple of the times where I had to catch flight. The times I ran in order to not be caught. The first time is when I was actually in the height of a lot of my BS. I knew that I had warrants in several different counties. I can't remember actually which counties, but I knew that I couldn't afford to have the police running my name at the time. So I stopped driving. Cars. I would be a passenger, but I stopped driving and I wouldn't do nothing wrong. And after hours, I would just stay in the house. I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't give police a reason to be bothering me. This is at the time when I didn't feel like going to jail. This is one of the times that I didn't feel like going to jail. So I wasn't really going out at night. I got homeboys. I told you guys I got homeboys that are direct relatives to Creflo Dollar. And then my homeboy sleeping and his little brother, Matt Dollar. So these my partners. These my partners. I done told Sleepy about. I done told another story about me and Matt. You know what I mean? So these my partners. This one I was up in Flint River. This one I was living up in Flint River, Clayton County way. One day I'm with my partner. We was actually coming from. I can't remember how I got with Matt, but they were working at the church. They were working at World Changes Church, Creflo Dollar Church. I think like a part of the cleanup crew, either the cleanup crew or maintenance or landscaping or something. But they had like a real job working up at the church. So me and Matt leaving one day, and we left the church and we went to the mall. As we leaving the mall, I remember I'm just chilling in the passenger seat. So as we leaving the mall, you gotta like come out of the parking lot, and it merges off to the right. So as we getting ready to merge to the right, my partner Matt, he just throw the car in. He throw the car in park. He throw the car in park. When he throw the car in park, you know, I'm chilling in the passenger seat like this. When he throw the car in park, I'm curious. I'm seeing what he doing, because he jumped out and like he jumped out and walked backwards, like to the back of the car. So man, I'm like this. I'm trying to see what's going on. Matt is at the car behind us talking to some girl. I guess he had not seen her in the rear view watching them or whatever, and he jumped straight out on her. But it's one of them, like, it's a mall exit, so nobody can go around you. They gotta wait till you leave until they can come out too. So he hollering at the girl in the car behind us, and the car behind her, they get impatient and go to blowing the horn like, bah, 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 bah. So Matt, you know, him being who he is, he come up off the girl window. I can see that she like a Asian type girl, or really light skinned. He come up off the girl window. He like, what going on? And you know, I don't know what they said, but I heard him say, I'm trying to get her number. You see, I'm trying to get her number. Hold on. So he do his thing, go back down, and he keep talking to the girl. He end up getting her number. He jump in the car, we pulls off. Matt used to do this kind of stuff all the time, right? He a player like that. Matt was a true player. So Matt ended up actually making his girlfriend, nice little Asian persuasion thing. She had a cookie store at the mall. She used to spoil Matt, which wasn't nothing. That wasn't nothing special, because a lot of his girls did. He had a way with girls. Matt, he was just like that, right? So I was a true player for real. Matt was a true player. So still a true player. I don't mean to talk on him in past tense. My boy still out there. So one day, him and the little Asian persuasion, they get real tight, right? They get real tight. I guess she probably thinking that she his main girlfriend or whatever. You know, when you get real tight with the girl, she'll let you use her car as you know, as the relationship progress, she'll end up letting you use her car. I guess that'd be like a sign of trust. You know what I mean? If you need to do something, you can use my car, especially if she know you got a car. Matt had a brown Capri, it was like a 89 or 87, 88, something like that. But he had one of the old boxes. It was good and in good running condition, but you know, they all break down every now and again. So I think this is one of the times when maybe his car had done broke down. Matt pulls up, we chilling. Matt pulls up, and we over chilling in the neighborhood. Matt pulls up in her car, which is all good. But he let her know, he like, look, I got shot a car, but I gotta go get her at a certain time. Now, Matt got a best friend named Terry. Terry is way out, like past McDonald's. Terry, he out there. It's a situation where, say like we gotta get her at 2:00. It's already after 12 o'clock when Terry called Matt to come and get him, which means we got to get on the expressway and we got to fly. We got to off. You know what? That's not what it was. That ain't what it was. He ain't have to go get Terry. We already had Terry. Terry was already like at Matt's house, but they had to go home to get something. And me, I'm just hanging around. So I'm like, all right. We already got Terry in the whip with us. And for some reason, Terry had to go home and get something out of his house. And Matt told him like, bro, we can do it, but you know, we ain't really got time like that. And Terry was like, bro, let me drive. We'll make it. So Matt was like, all right, cool. We in this girl Toyota. You know, them Toyotas really don't play. Them jokers can move. Man, we get on the highway. I'm in the back passenger seat now. We had been drinking that day. We had been drinking because really I ain't got no job. I ain't really got nothing else to do. And I think the team had been drinking that day. So I had been drinking, and I don't know if you guys know this, but when you drinking, say like if you drinking and you chilling, you sitting down somewhere, you drinking. Long as you sit down, you cool. But as soon as you get up, sometimes it happens like this. As soon as you get up, you'll realize, like maybe all of it fall to the bottom or something. But as soon as you get up, you'll realize, like, dang, I got to pee real bad. So the whole time, maybe even I might have even been nursing a beer when I was in the back seat of the car when we flying down to McDonald's. I'm talking about Terry got shouter car like on 140. I mean, cars is just flying by. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And Terry got that thing. I'm talking about he handled it like a pro, right? Shouter can drive. I ain't gonna take nothing from him. Whole trip, he might have got from where we were at to where we needed to be at his house in maybe 17, 18 minutes, right? Shouter flying, boom. We chilling, it's all good. We pull up at Terry's house. Terry jump out, he run in the house, he get whatever he need, he come back out, he jump in the driver's seat. Again, I don't even know that I got to use the bathroom because I'm just, you know what? I think I'm lying. At this point, I think when I should have just asked Terry, like, hey, bro, can I use the bathroom real quick? But I'm also thinking, like, I know we got to get down and get shouted because it's her car. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't asked Terry. I'm like, I can hold it. We'll be down there in like 20 minutes or whatever the case may be. Plus, I'm like, if it just get too bad, I ask them to pull over at some kind of gas station. I don't know why I was being lazy. The crazy thing about it is, this day right here, I remember it so vividly because I remember what I had on. I had on the red shirt. I can't remember what the red shirt was. I had on some white sweatpants type, a white sweat type, and it was like more like a fall type day. And I had on the red and white Jordan 12s. Now, if you know anything about Jordans, especially them Jordan 12s, they are, they the definition of basketball shoes. When you stick your foot inside the shoe, there's something like the surrounding, the inside of the shoe, it grabs your foot and hugs it to make it feel like even if you haven't tied the laces and pulled them tight, when you put that shoe on, they grab you just like you have grabbed it, tied the laces and pulled them tight. Them Jordan 12s was one of my favorite Jordan, right? So I had the red and white pair, the one with the red bottoms with the white on the side. Still not a mark on them, not a scratch on them. Looked like I just bought them. So Terry go in the house, he get what he need to get. He come back out. We jump back on the freeway. We on 75 South, flying back down. We headed towards down. She was in Georgia Perimeter at the time, over on Pantherville. So we just got to get off on Pantherville, get off 75 to 285, get off on Pantherville, and we'll be right there, on Boulder, on Pantherville Road. So by the time listen, Shawty doing the same thing. Time is running out. Time is really like running out. We might have, I know we cutting it so close, we might have 15 minutes until it's time, until she be getting out, and We still got a 25-minute ride. Terry on the same thing. Man, he hit the highway, man. He pushing the car the whole 160. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never been so afraid. You know what I mean? Shawty really scared me because I mean he's swerving around cars, and it's like if he just make one mistake or if a car don't see him coming the wrong way, it could be real bad. But he going so fast that I can't do nothing but just kind of chill and just wait till the ride over. I'm close my eye. I mean, shawty floating. I look over at Matt to see how Matt reacting. Matt in the passenger seat like this, he chilling, he ain't tripping at all. Like, he just not worried. Terry handled that thing like a pro. We get down all the way down there. We got like 5 minutes left till she finna get out. We get out the exit. When we get right to the light before you get to the college, that is Clifton Springs. That Clifton Springs light. You go to the left, you'll be back on Flat Shoals. Go to the right, Clifton Springs, and the college is right here. In my mind, I'm like, okay, they can just go ahead and go under the light and pull into the college. I'm gonna jump out and go to this restroom. There's a Chevron right to the left. There's I can't remember the name of the barbershop, but there's a barbershop right there next to it. My homeboy Alex dad cut at that barbershop. I can't remember the name of the barbershop, but I actually be seeing them on social media all the time. So I get out and I run into I get out at the light while the car's still in the street. I'm like, hey bro, I meet y'all. They like, cool. They see me jog over into the gas station. Now, as soon as I get up, like my bladder is hurting so bad. As soon as I jog away from the car, I'm trying to do it so way they don't see me. I done had to grab my you know what I mean, my man, so that it won't start leaking. Cause I'm holding it so bad and so tight that it just want to come out. I can't even hold it no more. I gotta hold it manually with my hand so I don't start urinating on myself. Man, I'm jogging, trying to look normal. I run in the Chevron. When I run in the Chevron, you got a couple of people standing there. You got the big glass. You got one or two Indians, I think Indians, behind the glass or whatever. You got the bathroom over here by the coolers, and a utility closet right next to it. You got a utility door right next to the coolers on the other side. When I run in, I run in. I'm like, hey, y'all got a bathroom? They like, my friend, back there. So I'm standing there dancing around, holding my thing. I dance up to the door. I try to pull the door. When I try to pull the door, it don't open. I'm standing there. I'm like, so when I knock on the door, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh man. As soon as I hear somebody's name, instantly, because it might have been coming out a little bit, but instantly I'm like, oh my goodness. You can't think when a situation like this, right? So I step back. I'm trying to be calm as I can, man. I got to, and it's coming out. I got to let a little bit of it come out because I feel like I'm hurting myself, right? So while I'm waiting for a couple seconds, I might have waited there a whole minute. They don't come out. I'm like, now I got to do something. But the people at the thing behind the glass looking for me, so I can't do nothing crazy, right? Like go in public. I don't see no back door to the place neither. I see this little utility closet, right? So I open the door to the utility closet. I don't see nothing. When I open the door, it leads to the back of the store, and there's a little sink right there, a little utility sink, right? So I'm looking. I can't see no back door to go out of, but I see, when I say utility closet, if you ever worked in a building or something like that, it's like they'll have utility closets. It's like a real big sink. The sink is real deep for mop water, for making stuff like that, for cleaning. So it's a utility sink, right? So when I see it, I'm like, dang, I can't, man. I ain't got no choice now. It's either this or on myself, right? So I pulls out and I go over to utility sink, man. When I go in the utility sink, it feels like, oh my goodness, stuff just going there where I can't even stop it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm talking about. It just going, right? It just going. I keep looking back. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody coming. It's all good. They probably then came to the door, looked at me, and walked off, right? So I don't see nobody coming. It's all good, man. I get finished. I lick off, you know what I mean? I shake it off. I get straight, you know what I mean? I try to make sure ain't no wet spots on me or whatever. It's all good. I run the utility sink, make sure ain't nothing, no residue left off in there. I clean up as best as I can. I come out the utility closet trying to look as normal as possible. When I come out the utility closet, there is like people still in line, and one of the Indian dudes that came out and he's standing in front of the exit doors. I don't really notice it because I'm really kind of happy that I didn't just urinate on myself. So I'm coming out kind of happy, kind of like singing, right? I'm like, yeah, boy, come out, yeah, boy, appreciate that. It's all good. I'm thinking like really it ain't gonna be no problem, right? So the Indian dude that come out, he by the doors. I'm getting ready to just walk out the doors. As I'm getting ready to walk out, he's standing there with his arms crossed. I'm like, excuse me, bro. He moving in front of the door. He like, what are you doing in there? I'm like, nothing, man. I'm like, really? I'm like, bro, listen, I ain't doing nothing. Look, I ain't taking nothing. I lift up my shirt and I show him. He like, no, because the back room that I went in, like I said, it's a storage room also. I'm like, I ain't taking nothing. Look, check it out. I lift up. He looked around my waist. I'm like, I ain't taking nothing. I ain't got nothing. He like, no. What are you doing in there? You're not supposed to be in there. I'm like, bro, I understand that. I'm like, look, I pulled my pockets out. I'm like, I ain't taking nothing. I'm like, I went to the wrong door. He like, no. I think we need to wait for the police. We need to wait for the police. Now I'm getting I'm frustrated, but I'm getting worried because I don't know why he's saying wait for the police. So I'm like, bro, you tripping, man. Move. So I go around the dude and I try to, I get around him pretty easy. He try to step in front of me, but I get my shoulder around him and I push the door. When I push the door, it don't budge. Just doing the little, like I'm trying to push it and it's pushing me back. Like the door is locked. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm like. So when I feel the door is locked, I look back at the glass. The dude behind the glass, I could tell like he either pressing a button or gotta press a button or something. But I could tell he controlling the door. The dude in front of me, he like, no, buddy, we already called the police. We waiting on the police. I'm like, oh my goodness, man. Now my heart done started beating fast. My heart done started racing because again, I know I got warrants in 2 or 3 counties, and I'm just not prepared to go to jail today, right? Mainly because I don't really got nobody that I can call to get me out. I can't remember what the situation was, but I know that I wasn't prepared to go to jail today. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to get around him. He like, nobody. I'm like, oh man. So I back up like to where the people at in line. There's a person in this line. There's like 2 people in this line, 2 people in the other line. So as our commotion is going back and forth, somebody on the outside, they start pulling at the door trying to get in. When they start pulling at the door trying to get in, the person behind the counter, they hit the button, or whatever. When he hit it, the person on the outside pulled the door. They walked in. The dude stood back in front of the door and let it close so I couldn't get out, right? So off the rip, automatically, my head say, okay, boom, there go my exit right there. There go my, there go my time. Next time that door open, it's all in then, right? It gotta be. So I'm chilling, I'm standing back there, and I'm still talking like, bro, I'm talking real calm, but I know what I'm gonna do in my head. I know what I'm planning to do in my head. I'm like, bro, listen, I didn't take nothing, man. It's just a regular mistake, bro. Why we need to call the police? They like, no, buddy, we'll just let the police come. We'll let the police come and work it out. And I know for a fact it's gonna be the DeKalb County Police, and they gonna be here any second, right? They on the way. They ain't playing. They on the way. And I ain't really doing nothing wrong, but they finna ask a whole lot of questions and probably gonna still take me in. So they probably gonna take me in. So as I'm looking, I'm trying to think of a way to get myself out of this situation. Somebody paid for as this going on. Somebody from the outside walked up to the door and tried to get in. They pulled on the door, and when it didn't open, it made the wop wop wop. It made the, you know what I mean. So the people, the Indian guy behind the glass, he hit the button. When he hit the button, the customer on the outside, they pulled the door open and walked on in. The guy who was guarding the door, he stepped to the side, let them come in. When they came in, he stood back right there, right? So me, I say to myself, I'm like, all right, cool. I hope somebody else come. The next person come, it is what it is. Next time that door open, I got to get up out of it, right? That's just the bottom line. So I'm looking and I'm waiting on this person who's at the counter to finish paying for their stuff and leave, but they taking real long, right? They taking real long. So I'm still standing there trying to talk to him, but at the same time, I'm also watching because, like I said, next time this door open, it's game time. Man, I happen to be, as I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, we ain't gotta, man, just let me go, bro. I ain't taking nothing. As I'm begging them, I see from the corner of my eye, I see somebody coming up to the door. I know they gonna do the same thing. And it just happened to be like this short, middle-aged black woman. She come up to the door, pulled it a couple of times. Then the guy behind the glass, he did the same thing. He hit the button. Soon as he hit the button, and I seen her, and that door start opening a little bit. Man, listen, I hit the door like Marshawn Lynch. No lie. No lie. I'm talking about everything I had. Now, that was the importance of telling you, describing what I had on, because I got on these Jordan 12s. They are grip tight. I got speed. I got the element of surprise on my side. I got everything on my side. So, like I said, I'm looking this way at the counter, but as soon as I hear this door open, I'm talking about I cut and I might have had 3 steps and I was at the door, right? So I cut and I hit the step. Boom, 3 steps. Boom, 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 boom. I hit the door. When the Indian guy saw me coming, he tried his best to stand in front of it. But like I said, if you ever seen Steve Smith play football, play for the Carolina Panthers, like once he get that football, man, it's like he like a defender. You know what I mean? People you need to run from him because he gonna try to run from you. People be trying to grab him. He fight you off and all that, right? He just hard to tackle. So once that door opened and I hit it, he stood in front of the door. I hit him, I hit the door, and I hit the black lady that was opening the door all at the same time. I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad about it, but I know that I couldn't be afford to be locked in this store. So I'm talking about I ran full speed, hit the door, boom. When I hit the door, I could feel like I felt like a little pulling on my shirt, but I also felt like I felt the door give way, I felt the lady move out the way, and I felt that I was already outside. Soon as I hit the door, I hear the lady say, "Oh!" And she hit the ground. She hit the ground like she on her butt. You know what I mean? I hit the door smacked her, but I'm gone. I'm talking about, man, I'm racing. I'm gone. I'm out of there. I run straight out the door, run to the sidewalk of the Pantherville Clifton Springs, run straight across the street. As I'm running across the street, I'm running through traffic because it's heavy traffic right there. I run straight through traffic. I'm running across the street over to where Matt them went to pick up the Asian girl. As I'm running, I can hear the police sirens. They coming, but I can hear them far. And I'm running fast as I can because I know that if they get close enough and they see, if they done gave them the description, I got on the red shirt, red and white shoes. If they, just get any kind of peek at me, boom, gig is up, right? They on me. So I'm talking about, I'm hauling there. I hear the, I'm gone. I'm talking, man, listen, I'm running. I know I had to be doing a 2-2, you know what I mean? A 1-5. You feel me? I'm out of there. I can feel people watching me. As I'm coming up on the college, if you know how that college is, it's Georgia Perimeter right there on Clifton Springs. If you know, like in the front, it's almost like a little in and out where the buses come through. Right behind that is another exit. I see the white Toyota is coming out of the college. They don't see me coming, but I'm flying, and the Asian girl is driving. I'm talking, man, I'm going everything I got because I got to get to this car before the police see me. Soon as I get close enough, I dart out in the street. I mean, I hit the car almost full speed. When I hit the car, she stopped it. I'm telling you, we eye to eye, me and the Asian girl stopped it. Boom, I hit the car. I'm like, hold on. I jumped in the car behind her. Soon as I jump in the car, she knows me. She knew me, from me being Matt homeboy. I jump in the car. I get all the way behind her seat. I'm like this. I can't even breathe. I'm like, go ahead. So she pulled the car. Off. I feel the car moving. And then, while she driving, she like, what'd you do? And I can't, of course, I can't talk right now. And I'm trying to talk and tell her at the same time. I'm like, I ain't doing that. They trying to lock me in the store. So we rolled up. She busted left, busted right on Clifton. Busted right on. Is that busted right on Pantherville, and we was out there, head back to Clayton County. And that was one of the ones I really felt bad about because I know that lady probably got injured, and there was just like that wasn't something that I planned on doing, but they weren't gonna let me out the store, and I just was not ready to go to jail that day. So to the lady, man, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. So when I lived over at Whitehall on Boulder Crest, I don't know if I told y'all. I think I told y'all, but I wanted to try my hand at selling crack. I don't know why I was choosing to be lazy, but it actually seemed like that was what was going on over there. As a matter of fact, my next door neighbor, Red, he was selling yay, and it seemed like he was doing good. Me not realizing he was living with his mama. You know what I mean? So either way it go, it just looked like that what was going on over in that area. So I said I was gonna try my hand with it, right? Don't know why I did it. Didn't last long, but either way it go. One day, man, living in Whitehall, it was like a close-knit community. Everybody knew everybody, and that was kind of cool. You could actually like let your kid go outside, even if they were real young. You could let your kid go outside, and you ain't gotta stand over them because you pretty much know where they're gonna be at, and there's always somebody outside, somebody who right? So it was actually pretty cool. We used to come outside just on a normal and just kick it, hang around. There was like a little green box on the other side of the street from where I stayed at. We're right in front of the little Sedum house, and we used to come out and kick it right there. We would roll up the weed, we would smoke, drink, pass it around, all that, right? And the police was never a problem. Not like the police was never a problem. So we used to do this in the open. I mean, literally, police was never a problem. Man, I can remember one day, it's one Friday, everything, you know when the scene get to jumping because you'll start hearing people outside. People that used to be from Whitehall, they be done came back to Whitehall and pulled up, Paul, and they doing this, doing that, rolling up, drinking, smoking, playing the music, chilling, talking, whatever, right? I can't remember old girl used to come back all the time with her old man, and her old man was like, he was mixed, big old mixed dude. He was cool, but when he got mad, he went crazy. And then, it was like the rumor in Whitehall that Red had hit his girl, Red had hit little C girl. So, but everybody knew this stuff. We were just out there hanging around, and everybody was pretty cool, right? So I promise. One day, I swear to you, one day soon as we come out, my brother had just come home. Well, he had been home a little while. He ain't been home that long, but he had been home a little while. Came home from prison, and like I said, we had started. I decided we were gonna sell crack, so we were doing what we had to do, and we had a little crack, and All we had was a little 380, a little chrome 380. I can't even remember where we got it from, but that was all we had at the time as far as weaponry, right? So when we came out, I remember I had the yay on me. Bruh had the smoke pole on him. We come out and we go across the street where everybody at congregating, you know what I mean? Go over there, grab a bill, rolling up the blunt, doing what we doing. We standing around the green thing talking, and as we standing there talking, like somebody in front of me freeze. I think it was big dude, the big light-skinned dude. He freeze and he was like, "Oh man." So folks like, "What going on?" He like, "Man, police rolling up." Again, this is odd because they never did that. Most of the time, they don't just do a ride through. If you call them, they don't come, but they don't just do a ride through, right? So as I slowly, I'm waiting on him to say, as I'm watching him, I'm waiting on him to say, "All right, we good." They kept going. He don't never say it. So I know I slowly started looking around to see what's going on. They done pulled up. I see the nose of the vehicle. It's like right behind us. And the front door done open. He getting ready to get out, right? My mind tell me, because I ain't gonna wait till the last minute. My mind going to tell me, it's now or never. We need to go on and if it gonna be some action, it need to go be now. It can't be, at the last minute. So I'm like, forget it. Cause bruh standing right here with an open bill. We got blunts passing around. The problem is I got crack on my pocket, and I know where he finna. The officer finna ask everybody for their ID. My brother got a gun on him, and he done been to prison before, so we in trouble. So before he can even get out, I say, forget it. I get to walking around the green box and going to one of the cuts, away from the officer on the opposite end, because I can still bust up left and then come around the other side and then be back at my house, right? So as soon as I get to walking away from him, I turn around because I want to see what's happening. I turned around and now I'm backpedaling. I'm walking backwards kind of fast, and I'm looking at the officer. The officer getting out. He like, "Hey man," he putting on some gloves. He putting on them black gloves. He was like, "Hey man, let me see your ID." So he asking me this as I'm like backpedaling. I'm getting further and further away from him, and he trying to walk up to me, putting on gloves, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm now." But I didn't already backpedal maybe like 5 or 6 steps. So I got this little smirk on my face because I'm saying to myself, if we say go right now, if we just bust out say go right now, bro, I got you. You know what I mean? Because you done let me get off 5 or 6 steps. I'm fast. I'm young at this point. I'm fast and I can go long. Plus, I got an impeccable record. I've never been caught by the police. So I'm real cocky, real confident, but real cocky. So again, I done took my little step back. He like, "Let me see your ID." I got this smile on my face. I'm like, man, it's over with. You know what I mean? So he take like a step or two towards me. When he take a step or two towards me, I get to jogging backwards, like just to let him know, like, bro, you finna work today. You know what I mean? You finna work. So I don't even, matter of fact, and I get to thinking, like, even as I'm analyzing all this, I get to thinking, I'm like, forget this jump. I go in and turn around and I give him, I get the booking. Soon as I cut the corner, and I'm not going full speed. I'm just doing like a little light jog, but I turn my head this way so I can hear because when they get to running, that's why I don't understand when people get caught. Now as I get older, I'm going to understand. But when I was younger and doing crime, there was literally no way for me to get caught because them folk got an extra 75 pounds. They probably got about 50 pounds. They could probably got about 40 pounds worth of equipment on them, and you can hear it. Man, they got all the disadvantages. I'm just sorry, man. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to tighten up. So I turn my head so I can hear if the radio clicking, if I hear handcuffs jingling, keys jingling, any of that, I can hear it. Then I can know to go get full speed and get up out of there. But when I turn my little head as I'm jogging, I don't hear nothing. So when I turn, I see my partner D. His his patio is open. You know, they got the patio. They like wooden. They separated. They separated off, so they personalized, but they not that big, and they wooden tall gates, like the 6 feet gates. So as soon as I run inside the gate, I'm done. I'm here. He don't know, and he just can't come in somebody's house, right? So as soon as I head towards D gate because I'm finna run in there and duck off. I turn back one more time around to make sure he ain't coming behind me, you know, trying to trick me, because now I can still get up out of there, right? So I turn around one more time to make sure he ain't coming behind me. Man, I see my brother hauling ass, my younger brother. I'm talking about he is gone. He couldn't. I'm talking about he couldn't. The same officer who was just like asking me for ID, acting like he was gone, he behind my brother. I'm talking about step for step. Brother looked like he did a jerk move that way. The officer did the jerk move. He did a jerk move right. The officer did the jerk move, and he can't get him. He step for step. So as soon as I see this, D come out and see the same thing. I run in D house just like I was going, because I know I'm good now. And as soon as I run in D house, what go through my head is, so bruh keep running straight. He runs straight, and then he run into the woods. He run into the woods. The officer run into the woods behind him. I'm talking about they step for step. Officer right on his ass. Soon as I see this, I run in D house, but I'm thinking, damn, bruh, this dude got my brother. You know what I'm saying? My second thought is, it's only one of him. You know what I mean? They done already ran into the woods. If I run into the, like, say if he back there handcuffing my brother right now, and you know he ain't called for backup yet. If I go on and run in the woods and knock him out or whatever, or push him off or whatever, I can get bro and we can keep moving. It'll be 2-on-1. You know, I ain't even never considered the fact that he might shoot us, right? But this is what I'm thinking. So soon as I duck in D spot, I'm like, dang, I need to. I mean, it really seemed like 2 or 3 seconds. I'm contemplating, do I need to go back out and help, bro? I'm like, fuck it, I got to go. I got to go see. I got to go help, bro. So I'm like, I tell D, I'm like, I'll be back, because he done came out his door and he inside his little patio area with me now. He like, what going on? He saw the dude chase my brother too, right? He like, what going on? I'm like, bro, I gotta go help my brother. So soon as I leave D patio spot and I look, the officer coming, he walking out of the woods by himself. I duck back in D house before the officer can see me. Now I'm behind D gate just watching the officer, and the officer, he just walking back. He walking back, he clipping his radio back on, like he doing this, and I don't know what he doing, and all I'm noticing is he don't got my brother. He don't got my brother, and he just walking normal. So I watch him walk all the way on. You know what I mean? As soon as he gone by this business, I cut around the D side of the building. I'm peeking, and I watch the officer. He get in his car and he leave. Soon as he leave, I run back to the woods. I find my brother. I'm like, dang, bro, what happened? He like, man, he just chased me like 5 or 6 steps, and he just stopped. You know what I mean? Once he stopped running, I stopped running. He turned around. I'm like, what a scrap at? He was like, I don't know. I threw it. We searched for maybe only about 10 or 15 minutes, end up finding the scrap, and that was it. But like I said, that was one of the time. And now when I talked to my brother and I asked him what happened from his point of view, he was like, man, when the officer rolled up, he like, off the rip, I started walking off. So the officer was on me. He was asking me, man, where your ID at? He was like, when I started smiling and kind of like backpedaling, he was like, the officer shook his head and he turned right and looked at me and was like, all right, bro, you know what it is, man. Where your ID at? And he said it like, all right, man, I ain't finna chase him. He gone, you know what I mean? But we right here right now. Where your ID at? And my brother said, he was like, man, I was sitting there like, God dang, because my brother had the gun on. So he like, with me running, it automatically put the officer on him, and now he got to run. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the gun on him. So he like, the officer watched me run off, jog off. He was like, all right, man, you got your ID? Bro said he was like, damn, did the same thing. He took off behind me, but he said when he took off behind me, The officer took off behind him step for step. He like he said he was scared of hell because he had the scrap on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I thought the rules were unspoken. You know, when we under fire like that, under pressure, the number one rule is you got to make it back to base, man. We got to, and it's really every man for himself. I hate that it's like that, but it is. But you know what I'm saying? You know, you can't wait around, man. You got to go and shake your move.